All right, welcome everybody to my first build video. I call this build the Fairview Wraith. I created this build specifically for Countdown and specifically for challenging and heroic difficulty modes. I've experimented with a wide variety of weapons and armor pieces and exotics and skills, and this is what I settled on. I would classify this as more of a tank build than DPS, or obviously a skill build. The idea behind this is to provide the most protection possible from elites and hunters, specifically hunters, because they are the biggest issue in Countdown. They will melt you in an instant if you don't have a decent amount of armor or protection from them. Playstyle for this is you're literally just getting in everything's face, as we have Intimidate and we have Adrenaline Rush, and combined you get a lot of protection and a lot of damage output that you wouldn't normally get with a build like this. You have extremely high survivability, and I'll demonstrate that at the end of the video here. I wouldn't take this out in the open world per se, like checkpoints, resource convoys, stuff like that, just because you're going to be running into a mix of enemy types, whereas in Countdown, it's almost exclusively elite enemy types. You can move some things around to make this viable out in the real world. This does really well against the aerial recon, just FYI. So let's go over the build piece by piece here. Starting off with the specialization, we're going with the survivalist. Reason being is for that 10% protection from elites that you get by having this active. Really the other stuff is just sort of bonus, not really necessary for this build to function the way it needs to. And the fire grenades are really nice. You grant extra damage for your teammates, for status affected enemies. So anytime you are hitting them with the Scorpio, or anytime you're hitting them with a fire grenade, you're helping your team out, as well as helping your team out with the Coyote's Mask exotic. And that is because of the pack instincts. So if you're up close, 0 to 15 meters, you get that 25% critical damage. 15 to 25 meters, you get 10% crit damage and 10% crit chance. And then 25 meters plus, you're getting that 25% critical hit chance. And your allies will get these bonuses as well. So there's some team synergy that goes on with this, but honestly, you are a one-man army. You can go off and go to any of the objectives by yourself and complete them without issue. You'll notice that I don't have a Reviver Hive on here because it's absolutely not necessary. You are essentially invincible when it comes to the elites, the NPCs running around, not the hunters, but you can just wade into a crowd of them and absorb the damage like a sponge, and they're essentially just tickling you. It's actually quite comical. So this build does quite well in there. Let's see, what else? Let's go over each individual piece. In case you're new to the game, I'll go into detail here. This is the Scorpio. This is, in my opinion, the most powerful exotic in the game, period. It has so much utility. You can kit it out for crazy amounts of damage output, or you can kit it out for more utility because of its talent, which is Septic Shock. If you shoot a target, it's going to start applying these stacks. First shot is poison, 3 shots, disorient, 6 is shock, 7, the target's going to start taking an additional 20% damage from everyone, not just you, but from teammates, anybody else that's in proximity. This comes in incredibly clutch against hunters, because the number one way to beat a hunter is to disable the hunter. So if he can't shoot back, if he's stun locked, if he's foamed, if he's confused, blinded, very easy to take down. That's the key to beating hunters. You don't want to go glass cannon and try to go toe-to-toe with a hunter. You want to apply a bunch of statuses to them and then basically outlast them. You just chip away at them, and they can't fight back. My secondary is the FAMAS. This is mostly for the objectives within the game. So you have to shoot some boxes, you have to shoot some nodes, and you're not going to want to use the Scorpio for that. A lot of them you can't reach with the Scorpio anyways, so you're going to want to have some sort of a long-range weapon just for those objectives. I don't really use this to fight NPCs with. This is just for those purposes. And you can honestly put anything in this spot. It doesn't have to be a FAMAS all, kitted out for damage output. Pistol is whatever. I never use the pistol, but the option is there if I really want to use the finisher talent. But then we've got the Coyote's Mask, which I kind of went over. This is an outstanding exotic. Not only do you get a ton of damage output from it, but it helps kind of fill in gaps if your build isn't optimized for the max 60% critical hit chance and then a bunch of critical hit damage. This will help make up the difference pretty quickly. So this comes in very handy. I am running a Badger Tough chest with Intimidate, which we kind of went over. Intimidate used to be different. A lot of people stopped using Intimidate after the update. I can't remember which update it was in, but they changed how quickly you gain the Intimidate bonus. So now it kind of ramps up, but when it comes to hunters, again, this build is specifically designed to deal with hunters. Everything else is secondary. You're going to be standing there shooting them for a little bit. You're not going to be able to burn them down in a hurry with this build. So it's a bit of a moot point because your stacks will be gained pretty quickly and you'll be able to utilize that damage before the hunter actually dies. So it's not like you're losing out on damage or anything with this. The prerequisite for using this is that you have to have bonus armor. And you have to be within a certain distance of the enemy, and we are within a certain distance of the enemy. We are literally getting in the hunter's face. We're basically within striking distance, physical striking distance of the hunter most of the time. These are improvised pieces. Took me a while to get these rolls. Took a lot of materials to max them out, but I wanted armor with crit chance and damage. And then obviously we have protection from elites slotted in every single item in here. And then last piece here we're going to go over is the backpack. You've got the critical hit damage. I went for a Gruppo with Adrenaline Rush versus the Walker named backpack because you actually get better damage numbers from the 15% critical hit damage versus the 5% weapon damage from that. You lose out on an extra 3% with Adrenaline Rush, but it's not that big of a deal. I'd rather have more damage output considering this is a tank build. And the armor that I have is more than enough to deal with hunters. The two skills that I went with are the Riot Foam Chem Launcher. This helps glue the hunters in place or any enemies that you just want them to not go anywhere. And it's for a decent amount of time. Considering that I have 0 skill tiers on this build, 6 seconds, that's a decent chunk of time. 6.6 seconds specifically, but it's well worth equipping. And then my secondary is the EMP Sticky Bomb. I use this against the doggos. If I need to quickly shut a hunter down that's about to use this skill. I can't remember what the skill is actually called, but it's when they will hijack your skills or other people's skills, or when they want to EMP the area. You can shut them down with this. You just fire near them, set it off, they're EMP'd, and then they can't apply their disrupt to the party. And then this works really well against the shade crates. You fire this directly at the shade crate, and it shuts it down for a long time, and it's not going to be spitting out the assault drones or the assault turrets or anything like that. So I found this very, very helpful in Countdown. You can move some of these pieces around. Like you could swap this out for like a Sokolov chest if you would rather run an SMG versus the Scorpio or a shotgun. You could put the Matador on here if you really wanted that extra 3% bonus armor. But as far as how much armor I have right here, I found through experimentation that 4 armor cores is more than enough. You don't need more than this. And I could probably get away with 1 or maybe 2 less armor cores, but I would personally stay between 2 and 4. I would not go less than 2. I would not go more than 4. It's really not necessary. You have more than enough armor to survive, and more than enough damage to be useful and not just tickle the enemies. Now, I do have my Scorpio expertise level 20. So if you're not getting the same damage numbers as I am, that would be why I've invested a ton into this, because like I said, this is the best one. I have this on so many builds. This is, if you're going to invest into one weapon, invest into the Scorpio. Let's go over the stats real quick. So we're sitting at 56% critical hit chance, 142% critical hit damage. Not too shabby for a tank build. I'll just show you the FAMAS. 51% critical hit chance. I wanted to leave about 10% in there for the Coyote's Mask to kick in at that range, because I'm not going to be using this up close. And at that 15 meter range, you're getting that 10% critical hit damage and 10% critical hit chance. So I wanted to leave some wiggle room there for that. And then the pistol is whatever. So let's see. Let's show you the defensive bonuses. So I'm sitting just shy of 1.5 million armor. And as you can see down here, whoops, we've got the protection from elites, 80%. That's what we're going for. Technically, it's a little bit over, just because I don't have the, I wish I had a bunch of 13% protection from elites, but those things are, I swear, are just, they're unicorns. Like, I've heard of them, I've seen other people get them, but I've played hundreds of hours of this game, and I have yet to have a single one drop, so we're going to go a little bit over protection from elites. Ideally, I would have a bunch of 13% mods on there, and I would get to 75% protection from elites, and then invest a little bit more into damage, but this is what we have for now. And I'll just quickly show you a demonstration here at the range. You can see that in the upper left-hand corner, we're set to heroic. You can see out here, the shooting range, we are set to heroic. And I have an elite veteran set up here. 5 meters. You can see Intimidate is fully procced. And I will show you how many shots it takes to kill an elite with the Scorpio. 4 shots on heroic. Now, in countdown, it's probably going to be closer to 5 or 6 shots. I obviously haven't sat there and counted them, but you know, this isn't bad damage output for a tank build. Let me show you real quick what it's like on a named target. This is probably going to be closer. Well, this is pretty close to what a hunter is going to be honest. The hunters have a really high health pool. Eight shots. So 1 clip. You can 1 clip a named target. And I'll just show you the assault rifle here, the FAMAS. Again, this is more for utility than for damage. If you're drilling in the face, this is the kind of damage numbers you would get. Almost 1 clip. So, not bad. Not bad for a build that is not geared towards ARs at all. This is all very much focused on the Scorpio. All right, let's go do some countdown. I will demonstrate this build. Hopefully we don't run into any issues and we get a competent team. It'd be nice. We're going to do this on challenging. Honestly, the difference between challenging and heroic, as far as I can tell, is just the enemies have a higher health pool. I don't think they do more damage against you.
To another agent's group. You have joined
and honestly,
a
group. The loot drops from heroic aren't stellar, and they're not much different from challenging difficulty. So I just stick to challenging difficulty. Fire it up.
Communication relay offline.
The True Sons have triggered a lockdown of the plant. They've been taking over infrastructure to lend legitimacy to their cause. If they control the power, they control this region. We need to remove the virus from the control servers and restore comms.
Reactor unstable. Emergency lockdown protocols activated. 15 minutes lockdown.
Trojan virus detected. Safety protocols activated.
We're gonna go after the hunters first here.
System malfunctioning. System reactivated. System disrupted.
Where is it? Oh, here he is.
System restored. An agent needs assistance.
Go anywhere. Right.
You're closing in on the target.
Setting up my turret.
Just wade right out into the middle of them. Best player in the world.
Time to set up a turret.
Want to make sure if there's any red or purple enemy types, kill them first, because they can do
Target
damage.
detected.
But the elites, you can just completely ignore.
Target neutralized.
Shit, lost it.
Area secure.
There are two next boyos. They hit the shade crates. They might go for VIP though. Game mode feels like a running simulator. I will now demonstrate why I run with the EMP sticky. Apologize for my cats. I don't know what they are doing, but they are making the noise.
10 minutes to lock down. Evacuate the facility.
To override
So you can
safety
see
protocols,
the crate
eliminate
is shut down.
security breach.
That's going to be shut down for a
Failure to
bit.
override protocols will result in a full communications shutdown.
Rogue striker drone detected. Hostile striker drone detected. Rogue incinerator turret detected. Hostile incinerator turret detected. Rogue assault turret detected. Hostile assault turret detected. Rogue sniper turret detected. Hostile sniper turret detected.
Unwise.
High-risk target approaching. Area secure.
Agent, head to the administration building.
And while you're tanking, it's important to stay out of the way of your teammates' incoming fire. Notice how I kind of shifted to the side when I realized I was getting hit in the back. Be able to let them get some shots in too. I don't know what my cats are doing. What are you guys doing?
Agent, you've reached the administration building. I need you to fix the comms.
Trojan virus detected. Safety protocols activated.
Hello there.
I know it's your favorite job. Need you to search the control room and find the server.
Warning. System breach. Initiating safety protocol.
I think these guys can handle it. Hey, Betty. Oh, thanks.
Nice job. You're a pro. Now, just need you to find another server.
Adrenaline's pumping!
Warning. System breach. Initiating
I've
safety
never heard them
protocol.
say that voice line.
Target detected.
One more server and you can reboot the system.
Evacuate the facility. 5 minutes to lockdown.
Communication systems shutdown initiating. Override safety protocols to cancel. Warning. System breach. Initiating safety protocol.
That's a little fire.
Incoming. High risk hostile.
Yeah, that's good.
System rebooted. Communications restored.
Good work, Agent. You saved the plant. Move to extraction point. Shoot off a flare when you're ready for Torres to bring you home.
Alright, now this is where this build shines. This is in part right here. Elites everywhere, there's hunters everywhere. Need a lot of survivability.
System malfunctioning.
Get on that helo. You've got hunters incoming.
Getting some faces.
Do this all day.
Shoot off a flare when you're ready for Torres to bring you home.
They're flanking.
System back online.
Go anywhere. Oh, there's somebody else back here. Who else is back here? Swing and a miss.
System disrupted.
You can eat two hunter
Striker drone
hits
detected.
with this gun. More than that, you're going down.
Detected.
That's the back.
System reactivated.
Rude.
An agent needs assistance.
Where are you going? Now, something to keep in mind that while, yes, this build does wreck, we do have this particular modifier on, close range damage increased. So we're getting 25% more damage from our shots than we normally would. Keep that in mind. This build still slaps. It's just, it's not going to slap as hard.
Ready to engage.
What the heck was that? That was wild. Talk about coming in hot.
Hold tight. Helo inbound to your location.
Stay cool.
Torres is in position.
Taking candy from a baby who hates candy. Alright, we're out of here. Alright, there's some damage numbers, just shy of 1 billion. Have actually gone over 1 billion before with this build. Something else you'll notice from that run is that I wasn't getting any bonuses from any of the other agents. That was just purely
Safe
me
area entered.
and the countdown modifiers themselves. So, there you have it. There's the build. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you all in the next one.